And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, and I'm touching base with you as I always do with my wonderful partner in crime on Fridays is Mr. Chris
Pew, pew, pew.
Edwards.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I was, as I was sharing with you, I'm much more vigorated. I was feeling
Okay.
a little slumpish. I was like mentally drained and mentally tired.
It
And I was
happens. It
like,
happens.
yes, I was like, oh, I need a boost. I need a boost. But then I spent time on YouTube. YouTube is amazing because it gives you life when you hang out with
You know,
people in YouTube that are all where you want to be.
it's so true. I realize I watch more YouTube than I watch any other media now. I mean,
Yes.
between on my phone, on our big screen TV here in the office, like YouTube is constantly going in this house. And just to echo what you were saying, I feel much better today. Don't feel like a bum. I shaved, like yesterday I had to shave. I was like, I was overdue. Shaved, and I'm getting ready for the weekend. I got we have company coming over. Parents are coming, up, brothers coming, well, coming down,
hmm
spend the weekend down here. So we're looking forward to that. So I've been up early, just kind of straightening up and stuff like that.
Well, today is Focus Friday, so we focus on accounts that inspire, encourage, and inform. So that's what we'll be doing today. It is our Focus Friday. I'm so excited about it because I have a lot of Focus Friday snippets to share with you all.
Come
And
on,
I hope it
bring
will
it.
inspire you. I hope it will encourage you. If you have some yourself, make sure you put the FF and put it in the comment box, and then we can put it into the save on our StreamYard, and then we'll be able to launch it as later on in the show, in the
So one thing I noticed about
conversation.
StreamYard, they're really making a lot of changes. Like some of the views that we used to have at the bottom are gone. Like
Gone, gone. They
this is
got
the standard
icons
view
now.
now. Yeah, but this is the standard view now. Unless you're solo, you don't get that full screen. Like it cuts up into a block to fit you.
Man, it threw me off.
Interesting.
It threw me off yesterday. I was like, what the heck? And so yeah, they've been adding some new changes, but look, they charge us $50 a month. So they upped it from, it used to be $25 and now it's $50. So
That is huge.
yeah, so they better come with the program. They better come correct because it
Give me
costs
all the
$50
things.
every time to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they are stepping it up, and we'll see what new features they add to our wonderful StreamYard, so that we can be better with our audience and community. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So I vegged out today, last night, this morning on YouTube, and looking at programs I want to share with you of expat people that have left the country and now are succeeding. And I am beginning to realize this movement is huge. It's not small, it's
No,
huge.
it's huge. And I mean, you
So
have a
many
lot of people
people.
are self-deporting, and you have children, like adult children, who are telling their parents to go back home, basically to where they came from originally, because you're probably better off there than you are here.
Well, the money savings, the savings. I'm going to show you this young man who lives. I think he lives in Missouri, and he just moved to Thailand. I think it's Thailand. I think it's Thailand.
Or
We're
in
going.
Vietnam, you said.
No, Vietnam is another situation.
Okay,
Thailand he
okay,
lives in,
okay.
and he was. I mean, he's a little vulgar. He has a potty mouth, but but
Come on, potty mouth.
he is so. I mean, he really invigorated me this morning. I was like, oh, I needed you, sir. And so we're gonna share that. Let me just pop this in here. Let me get our YouTubers, not our YouTubers, Instagrammers in the party here.
So I
And
know I don't know if they fixed. Actually, no, they're still having Instagram issues.
yeah,
Experiencing a platform-wide issue. They have been for about a week now.
yeah,
They
but it's
haven't
been
fixed it.
working for us.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been on every day. I just don't go and get excited about putting it on right away. I just do it when as we are talking. Sometimes I get it done, sometimes I don't, because the Instagrammer folks, if you want to really experience the show, you need to come over to StreamYard. I'm sorry, to YouTube, so that way you can get the full experience. And so let me just put in here, join us on YouTube, and get that in there real quick. I know it should be all like an automatic thing
Oh,
that
while you do that, let me say some good
Mhm.
morning. Let's see who was first in the room. So, Mr. Anthony Rowland was first in the room. He gets the gold medal.
Yes.
Good morning, Anthony. And then we've got Hannah bringing up second with the silver. And then rounding us out today is Chris R with the bronze. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Touch
There
Base
they go.
Daily
Let me
family.
pop
How
them
you guys doing?
on. There you go. They got the good ones from Anthony, right? And you said Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
There she
Mm-hmm.
is, and put her on the screen. And then we got
And then
so
Chris.
Chris R is in the building. She was the champ the other night at our game night, and
Mhm.
she was our MVP. She
And
was
then
our
we have honorable.
MVP.
Okay, honorable mention and fourth is Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. How you doing?
Lisa's in the building. Happy Friday, guys. We made it. Yes, it's
Another
Friday
week in the books.
already.
I feel like it, once it's Monday, just know it's going to jump to Friday.
Yes. Here we go.
The
Ron says,
days in
I'm
between are
preparing.
inconsequential. Inconsequential.
Hannah says, Ron, I'm preparing for more out of town guests today. Man, your house is a hotel, Hannah. She says, I'll be in and out today. Okay, I hear you. I mean, Hannah loves people.
Oh,
She
see, we would get along.
Let me tell you, y'all don't know, but Hannah has sent me 2 cards over the last in the last 6 months, maybe the last 8 months. Words of encouragement. She has sent me cards, and thank you, Hannah. So not only is she just amazingly loves people. She supports what we do here.
Awesome.
If she can't show up, she jots me a little letter and says, "Bro, I can't make it. I'm on the road. Da 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 da. Something's happening. Blah blah blah. Keep us in prayer." And we just have this little conversation. I love my Hannah. I love you, Hannah. And we have Mimi in the building. Also, greetings, Ron and Chris and RLP
Good
crew.
morning.
Happy Friday. Indeed. And Lisa says, it's crazy that they sent people to Sudan and they are not from there. This is what they're doing. And I find that to be quite insane. It's very insane.
It is
And
insane.
it is against, I do believe that is out of whack with one of the laws. I can't remember what it is, but they're
It's
doing it anyway.
dangerous.
Well,
It's
no, they're
dangerous.
supposed to return people to their home,
Yes, I
not
know.
to some
You're
third party.
some country one you've never been to. You who
Don't
even knows
speak
they
the
even speak the
language.
language? Like that is cruelty at its
Cruelty.
peak.
And
Cruelty at its
cruelty
peak.
is MAGA's point.
Yeah. Listen, I can't wait for them to be out of power so we can deport all of them, put them in some little concentration
I want
camp
the
on
Hague.
some island.
I
So
want
that's
France or some of these other countries to come in and just swoop in, take over, and get these people out of office, because we officially need help. We need help from other countries to get this person out of office. Like they want to do a regime change. We need a regime change in
yeah.
America, and we need help. We need other countries to come in and help us. We need their CIA like people and their the MS6 or MI6, whatever they call them in England, the spy
Oh,
organization.
uh,
MS, what is it?
no,
What? M6?
no, MI6. Yeah,
MI6.
MI6.
It is
Yeah,
MI6, right?
yeah.
MI6. Yes. The insanity. We need help. We need lots of help. And we not only need that, but we need the American people to rise up,
A
because
crazy uncle is ruling
the crazy clown is ruled. I mean, and he is looking more insane every day. The
every day.
paint on his face, he's looking more and more insane. Like Mimi says, insane. I am
Insane in the
tired. I am
membrane.
tired of dealing with this crazy person in the White House. It just cannot be. We need deliverance, as they say. Deliverance, oh Lord, deliverance. What is that? Is that my a truck is going by?
And I heard something. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me
It sounded very techy.
yes, it's like it's someone's like it sounds like a bunch of like a sci-fi movie and mosquitoes, mechanical
Yes,
mosquitoes.
yes.
They were being invaded. They didn't like me going off on the orange
Um,
man.
even the aliens wouldn't take
There
him.
they go. It's gone. The aliens have left. So sounded like Santa.
Or his bell,
Kimmy
yeah.
Kimmy Kim says, think about the language barriers. You won't know anything the officers are talking about. Yes, it's horrible. It's horrible. These are bad, not bad. And I don't use this word. I very rarely use this word until now. Evil. They're just evil.
Absolutely.
They are. So here we are. But let's go. Let's dive in. I'm gonna get this all set up. What else do we have going on? Well, hmm, I'll do that right now. I'll do that right now. I definitely
Okay.
want to share with you guys that are popping in early on. We are supporting this, and this is World Photography Day in Brooklyn. Jamel Shabazz, the Black Photographers Collective, Howard T. Cash, Black Eyes Collective, yeah, and the Pat Museum presents the second annual World Photography Day in Brooklyn, and it's going to be for photographers, curators, writers, models, musicians, collectors, graphic artists, gallery owners, journalists, actors, actresses, and all who use photography. So it's going to be on August 16th, 2025. I'll be announcing this every day so that people know if you are a photographer, come out. It was great last year. I got to meet so many of the amazing photographers in this community we have here called New York City with all of these Black community photographers. But you don't just have to be Black. You can be Spanish. You can be anyone. I mean, everyone showed up. So just
Right.
come on out. But it is truly last year it was Black photographers that came out, and we had a awesome, awesome time. So come on out and enjoy that. Put it on your calendar. RSVP. There's a link here. You can copy that link. I'll put this link also in the description, so that way you'll have it. Okay, so that I would definitely want to share with you all. And now back to our program. So now let me take you to something that has inspired me. Inspired me. Where is this? Where? Let me get my Instagram on this page up, so that way you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it transferred, because sometimes when I do my saves on my phone on my Instagram, it does not save to the desktop, which is kind of crazy. Let's
For
see if it
sure.
happened. It does. Oh, yes, it did. Yes, we got it. We got it. Okay, here we go. Y'all gonna think he's crazy, but this is one of my one of my new favorite people in the expat world. And you're going to get to know a lot of expat people, because I will become an expat at some point, and we'll be taking our photography around the globe, around the world, how other photographers are doing. So right now, I'm meeting just expat folks, but eventually I will meet expat photographers. That's my goal. And so that way we can hear what is life like as a photographer, or as a podcaster, or as a, content creator around the country. Sorry, around the globe. Anyway, let's go. Let's get Focus Friday started. Let's get it started. And here we go with the first person on the board. This is Out of Space Baby. All ready for Out of Space Baby?
Bring
Out
it.
of Space Baby. Let's see. Okay, let's just go to his page. Just go right into it. Here we go. And make sure my mute is on, not on. Here we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're all set.
Encourage people to move out the country. You trying to encourage people to move out the country. Gang, I'm not trying to encourage nobody to move out the country. I said I felt like America was just not in my favor. I felt like I'm getting a credit card and trying to keep up with my credit card. Bro, credit card is like a scam. People just trying to spend money that they don't have, and you're going to be forever in debt. Oh, bro, I own my house. I got a mortgage. Bro, you're going to have a mortgage for 30 years. You're going to be 90 years old when you own it, and you don't really own nothing. Why y'all think they trying to take rid of TikTok? Not because, they just stealing people information. We don't care about no goddamn information. We don't have nothing for them to even take. Who cares? But they trying to take TikTok away because it's enlightening people. You got people like me that's inspiring people to want to move out the country. You got other people that's inspiring people on how to eat good. You got other people that's inspiring people how to become their own entrepreneurs. You got other people that's inspiring the world. And when people start getting educated and people start getting inspired, a lot of people asking me, how much do it take to live out the country? I'm not rich. I never seen 6 figures in my life. But I'm rich at spirit. I'm rich at heart. I'm willing to take a risk. I'm not scared of anything. That's why I went skydiving 7 times. That's why I went swimming with sharks. That's why I've been to 20 countries, because I'm not afraid of what a lot of people are afraid of. You don't need a lot of money to come live out the country, bro. You just got to take a risk. And a lot of people in this world don't take a risk. They're comfortable. Trying to encourage people to move out the
Can I
country.
say something?
Yes.
I actually follow him on YouTube.
Do you?
And yes, I actually really like his channel. And then on top of it, earlier this year when Thailand had the earthquake, he was filming. A friend of his had just come into town and they was filming during the earthquake.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, his page is really cool. He's been to all of these countries. He is, let me just pop this up really close so you can see.
Good
He
for
is
him,
out
though.
of Space Baby 1, has 769,000 followers. There are a lot of people. He's in Bangkok.
Yeah. And what I love,
And that's
he's
where he
young.
lives.
That's what I love. And his apartment's not that expensive.
Hey, oh, wait. Let's
It's
go to the
so
videotape.
cheap.
Let's go. This is hilarious. Let's go to the one he just posted. Here we go.
Broke in Thailand, then be broke in America. Twin, I got 70 baht. That's $2. What's what I'm about to cop? What's what I'm about to cop up in the store? What's what I'm about to cop? Sawadee-ka. What's up, twin? That's what I'm about to cop.
I love it.
Big boy water, 9 baht. That's 27 cents. Already, I would have spent the whole $2 in America with the water. Come on, bro. That's 9 baht right there. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna lie, going Jello packet. That's 10 baht. So now we at 20 baht. Let's see what else we gonna cop. Another 10 baht. Bag of chips, twin. Let's get a bag of chips. Hold on, should we get the Pringles? Get the Pringles. Bag of chips. Bag of chips. Another 10. Oh shit. Fuck shit up. Friday. So y'all, this is what we got. Let's see, can we do it? This is $2 in America. This is what you can get. So we got, okay, let's see. Oh, we did it. So we got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. 65, that's $2. This is what I got.
That would normally cost over $10 in Wawa.
In Thailand, they be broke in America, and I still got 5 baht left.
60.
5 baht. Okay.
So,
And I still got change at 10. Come on, bro. And I got a whole. Come on, man. I'd rather be broke in Thailand.
I just love his videos.
I got change back. I spent $1.86. I went in there with $2, but twin, this right here would have been $2 in America already. I would have already been past my budget. I spent $1.86. Chips.
That's been
$1
something.
Small little sneaker bar. Come on, gang. Y'all know I would have been at $5-6 right now in America. Come on, little slushy slush. Little, you know what I'm saying? Come on, gang. This would have been another $1. Come on, gang. I spent a whole $1.86 for all this, gang. You know, in America, I would have not be saving money. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'd rather be broke in Thailand than be broke in America. You're cooked in America. Be quite.
He's not telling a lie. It's so true. I remember when I was in Thailand,
What's going on in Thailand?
Even the street food, it's so cheap.
That's why I'm not moving to Thailand. And that's why I'm not even coming to Thailand, twin. You were never coming to Thailand, twin. Y'all be talking about some, look, that's why I knew they have tsunamis. Look, that's why I knew they have earthquakes. Gang, y'all act like America don't have natural disasters, twin. Y'all got airplanes that just crashing the shit out of fucking nowhere. Y'all got wildfires wildfires in California.
He
Y'all
was
got
killing me
bullets
this
flying
morning.
in
He
Memphis,
was
Tennessee, and
killing me.
Chicago. Y'all got tornadoes and hurricanes and all this other shit, gang. Twin, it's a earthquake, gang. What you want us to do? And the earthquake didn't even come from Thailand. It came from Myanmar. Do your research, twin. I just can't deal with the earthquakes, gang. I can't deal with the bullets flying. Gang, I can't deal with the YNs that y'all have. Gang, I can't deal with the unnecessary robberies that y'all have. Gang, I can't deal with the wildfires in California that y'all have. Gang, I can't deal with the random ass hurricanes that y'all have. Gang, it's a natural disaster. Rest in peace to the people that passed away, gang. But America, stop trying to make it seem like, oh, that's why I can't go here. That's why I can't go here. Y'all act like we don't have shit, man. Though it's the world. It's a natural. What you want us to do?
It's true.
You know, when your spirit gets low, you got to know where to plug in. And my energy level, I've been really going nonstop for the last month and a half. It's been nonstop. And then yesterday I hit the wall. And I said, Ron, you know what you do when you hit the wall? You got to recalibrate. And I said, how do I recalibrate? I hang out with people like myself, even if they're online. And I said, I need to recalibrate. I even also scheduled my therapy session with my new therapist. I was like, yes, got that all squared away yesterday. So we have our first appointment next week. Finally got it all in the calendar. Every Tuesday and Thursday, twice a week, I'll talk to my therapist. I'm excited. I sat there and said, wait a minute. Yesterday, I felt like the world was like, even though because it's still a lot of work to do before this, it's not done until the contracts are signed.
It's signed, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not done until the contracts are signed and the money is in the account.
Yeah.
So, like that one. So yesterday I was feeling some kind of way. And then I said, okay, I know what to do. Let me just go through some of my expatters, people that are traveling the world, people that are enjoying themselves, loving the world, not freaking out about living in American society, because this place is stressful. And when this gentleman, I went through some of his pages, his postings, reminded me why in 2016-17, when I was in South Africa, living in Johannesburg, I said, when I turn 60, I'm coming back. I'm leaving America.
Well, look at that.
And I spoke it into existence.
Yes, you did.
And now here I am. I sat there and said, it was a vision. It was just a dream. It wasn't even know how I was going to do it. And I remember being in Johannesburg and also being in Cape Town and say, how am I going to pull this off? But I know when I retire, it will not be America. I'll be still an American citizen. I will still come back and forth. But my heart is the globe. For those that have known me all these years, you know what my Facebook says, my Instagram says. I am a global citizen. That's who I am. I needed to be rekindled yesterday. And now I'm back. I'm back, as you can tell. Anyway, go ahead,
Well,
Chris.
that was a good one. I really
Wasn't
like
that?
his YouTube. I never followed him on YouTube. I'm following him now. I mean, on Instagram, but because I always
Now
followed him
I'm
on
going to start
YouTube,
following him
and
on YouTube.
I love his YouTube channel because it really highlights um, that America is not the place. I mean, it's never really ever been. I think that
We've been
here's the thing.
brainwashed
Here's the thing. America was a place of opportunity where you can come and make a life for
at
yourself,
one
right?
time.
Yes. But it's not the apple's eye, and people can make a life in other places that are doing so much better in the world.
Oh,
Better.
we lost
It's
you cut in and out. We couldn't hear you for part of your
Can you
words.
hear me now?
Yeah, but you still sound distant.
I don't know what Oh, this headphone
We gotta
thing.
get you a better mic, sir.
Well, no, I'm not using my normal setup. I'm just using my
Yes.
I'm using this. Sorry about that. But what I'm saying is that there are other places in the world where you can have a much
Oh, I'm sorry.
better
Yes, Lisa, I did. Let me go back so you can see his handle.
what
Hold on,
happened.
my bad.
Oh,
Go ahead, Chris.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can have a better uh quality of life. US is not the end all be all. And I think that Americans are brainwashed to believe that this is the best country on the planet. And it's not always true.
There we go.
And especially if you've gone and traveled the world and you see for yourself.
Yes. Yes. Chris, say it. You've
I
been to
I listen to
Thailand.
I've been to Tha-
You
I've been
traveled.
to I've been to Bangkok. Bangkok is a beautiful city. I love their open air markets. The food is amazing. The fruits are amazing. It's funny. A lot of these countries kind of remind me of like back in Jamaica because they grow a lot of the same type of fruits. We eat the same types of foods. It's just that they're prepared differently. And the culture, the people are just they're welcoming, they're open. The things that we criticize and nitpick about here in this country, they don't do it there. You
Hmm.
know,
Man, you ain't lying. I mean, like I said, when I was living in South Africa, it blew me away that it was six of us, six guys, and we're all big guys on this safari moving through Africa tour. And we went to dinner in Cape Town. Not it was Johannesburg. And and the bill came back. We had steak dinners, full wine, bottles and bottles of wine. We had dessert. It was six of us. We have six 3-course meals and dessert. The 6 course,
hmm
all that dessert. So that's part of the 3 course. When the bill came back, it was $120. Six we and yeah, if you don't know anything about steaks, I mean, South Africa has the best steaks in the world. Most restaurants get their steaks from South Africa. And I'm not even a meat eater, but let me tell you, and when I would go grocery shopping and go down the aisles, I'll never forget the first day I would. So I had a moment of just I need to you got to rekindle your spirit. Sometimes your flame gets low. You got to go back and remember what it was like. What made you
hmm
decide to be a photographer? What made you decide that you're going to leave the country? What made you just decide that you were going to work hard to get away so you can get out and be part of the global citizens of the world?
Yeah.
And I remember walking down my first day in Johannesburg, threw my suitcase down. I said, "Where's the grocery store?" Because I'm about buying the food versus you're ordering in the hotel. I always make sure I got the refrigerator. I always make sure I got a little thing to cook on. So I went to the grocery store, and I saw aisles and aisles of wine. And then I went and I said, "Oh my gosh, wine from Germany, wine from this place, wine from that place, wine from that." It was wine. And for those that don't know, and now I love wine. And so I looked and said, "Oh my gosh, how much this cost? This has to be expensive." $2.
It's cheap. And you know
Two
what?
dollars.
The
I
wine
was
is
like, "This
listen
is
to
only $2. This is
the
$2
wines.
for." I said, "I pay more for a bottle. If I wanted Coca-Cola in America, which I don't drink, I would have
Yeah,
to spend more than $2 to
yeah,
get."
yeah.
In South Africa, I was like in
And
wine heaven.
wines are better in other countries.
Yes. You
Because
go
the
to
soil composition is different. Even where I had some really good wine, um, uh, Santorini in Greece, and
yes.
you see people drinking bottles and bottles, and they're not inebriated. The level of alcohol is different there, and you can just kind of drink that stuff. And I loved like traveling along the countryside and seeing how they actually grow the grapes there is very different than how we grow it. We tend to grow grapes on a vine that is above ground and laid out. They grow them in the ground, like so. When you look, you're like, "Well, where's the vineyard?" So like, there's a vineyard right there. There's like these big like holes, and the grapes grow on the ground in these holes. I'm like, that's so weird, so weird. But like wherever I've gone around the world and had local wines, one, they're cheaper, and two, they have a better taste to them. And that goes for the food too. So I'm lactose intolerant. When I've gone to Italy, I've forgotten to take like one of my lactate pills, and I had dairy, and it didn't bother me.
Mm.
The thing that they're putting in the processing of the dairy in this country is what is making us have all these
What's making
allergies
everybody
to the
sick.
foods.
And so
People,
here,
and if you notice, people eat food overseas, large portions, and they don't really have the obesity problem that we have. It's
no.
because of all the chemicals that America puts in our foods.
So anyway, I just wanted to rekindle my spirit. So
Sorry.
I'm just joining you guys in my rekindling. And so here we go. So I had to go. Obviously, I ran into online on YouTube. Just discovered this morning. This wonderful couple, and let's listen up.
To get to know you guys as we look around.
Oh, well, come
Oh,
on.
hold on a second. Sound. Are you guys hearing it? Hold on a
Yeah, we
second.
can hear you. We can hear. We can hear.
Okay, here we go.
And so I'm gonna start by asking, since you said from Los Angeles, I know me and you talked off camera a little bit, but how long have you been in Vietnam now?
Since January, probably
about
up to
6 months.
26
6 months?
6 months now.
And what brought you here? I know the answer, but I think most people would be
What brought us here? Affordability.
affordability.
Affordability. Trying to retire in the States because I'm just made 60, and trying to retire in the States on retirement's kind of rough. So affordability brought us here.
Wow.
And then I'm half Vietnamese, so I speak fluent Vietnamese. So kind of I've been showing him all the foods and all, and he wanted to come and visit for that, and so we stayed after the New Year,
Wow.
the Lunar New Year.
So far so good.
So far, so good. No. Only downside I have, I'll give you my
Okay.
downside. My downside is my size and trying to find clothing. So I got to go to the big man store. Like this shirt here is a 9X,
Yeah.
and you know I'm not a 9X. And then I have a problem with finding shoes because I wear 11 and a half, 12. If you're a smaller person, hey, it'll work. But being my size, it kind of work. It's kind of rough. Other
That's
than
definitely
that,
something people can relate to,
Yeah.
especially myself. Yeah, when shoe sizes and clothes,
yeah,
you're gonna be a lot bigger out here than it is back home.
absolutely.
9X would be huge shit back in the States.
Absolutely. So
But-
we'll show you around. This is what we consider living room area. Our living room area.
I don't know if you noticed the title.
And
The
house
title
came fully
is
furnished.
for their
Everything that you
$580 a
see
month.
is here. We added
Three
a few little
bedroom,
things, but
three bath
most of
home.
all the decorations and furnishings were already here. Our dining room area, where we don't cook.
Don't cook. That seems to be a common thing amongst expats who move
You know,
abroad.
Well,
It's not
Mary's vegan and I eat meat.
Okay.
And so then with us trying to cook, and she's a wonderful cook. But then the thing is that food goes in the refrigerator, and then before you know it, you're throwing away food.
And then
So-
the food here doesn't have any preservatives. So if you buy anything, it doesn't last a long time. Even the fruits and vegetables, you have to eat it real quick. So we go to the
Absolutely.
local market and get fresh food all the time. So that's another thing.
So
Yeah.
the house is actually 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. We got 1 bathroom here.
Nice. Okay. And what is this back? Is this lead?
That door
Yeah,
leads
that's my
to
favorite. Go out
that's
there,
her
check it out.
favorite. That
Okay.
door leads to her tub.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. Wow.
Nice.
That's very nice.
So it's another way easier to get to it through the other room.
Some plants out here. That's nice. I love that aesthetic. Beautiful design.
Ah, these commercials. I hate the commercials. That's the
They
only
go
thing I
by
don't like
quick,
about
though.
YouTube is the commercials. But I guess you're
Yeah.
doing it some way. There
And
you
then
go.
we have a bedroom here.
But look at this house. Look at
It
this
still
house.
leads out to the tub.
Nice.
Love a good outdoor bathroom, especially an outdoor shower. Oh,
Right, absolutely.
nice.
And when you're out there, she loved the tub, but still hasn't been out there in the tub. I'm the only person who's ever been in the
There's a
tub.
lot of lizards.
Here's
Running
another.
air conditioning,
Yeah.
you know, in our bedroom, like all night long,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. So that, to me, that's not bad compared to trying to run the air conditioning in the States.
Right.
I have a son that lives in the high desert in Los Angeles. He runs his air conditioning because it gets up to 110, 115 degrees. He runs his air conditioning. His monthly
Anthony.
electric bill, $800.
Yeah.
And our home in Santa Clarita is the same thing. It's like $400 in the summer.
Wow. So yeah, I'm obviously moving to Vietnam. You guys are able to save a lot of money, especially
Yes.
compared to LA. And how long did you guys like plan that idea of coming to Vietnam?
You wanna?
Was
Well,
it-
when we first met, that was one of his stipulations. Like,
Right.
I'm moving out of the country, so if you want to be with me, that's one of the things. And I'm like, well, have you ever been to Vietnam? Because he wanted to go to the DR. He thought the DR was the most reasonable, and I said, no, Vietnam is the cheapest country in the world.
Wow.
And I started looking at YouTube videos, and after looking at so many YouTube videos, I was convinced that, hey, I'm on my way. When I found out I could eat all day for $10 and how inexpensive groceries were. And like I said, I had been to the DR, I've been to Mexico, other places that as Americans we consider economical and affordable. I'd been there, and so, but I hadn't seen anything this affordable,
Yeah.
you know. So I said, why not give it a shot?
So we started going to Orange County. It's where a lot of the Vietnamese community people are. So I wanted him to hear, eat, and be around the people to see if he can tolerate, because we're loud. Okay, that's one thing we are. We're loud. So he loved the food, loved everything about it, and was like, yeah, I'm down to go. So we went during the Thut, which is the Lunar New Year, and he loved it. And so that's how we found this place.
And I want to jump back in time a little bit. How did you guys originally meet?
What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? They're right behind you, right on top of it. Versus, hey, scan aisle 7. You know, you look at
Yeah.
security, scan aisle 7, and you look down aisle 7 and look up, and you're the only person standing on aisle 7. Well, why are we, why are we scanning aisle 7? You know, so a lot of things. I mean, and then I don't have to worry about the whole gun situation. You know, there's no place to go buy a gun. You know, nobody carries pocket knives. Nobody carries guns. The police don't even carry guns. You know, so just that is a comfort. You know, it's comfort in that just alone itself.
That's a huge perspective shift. And so some people who come overseas because of that same thing you just mentioned, like about people following you. Some people, if they're new to, you know, Vietnam or Thailand or wherever, they might still have that sense of like, oh, am I being followed because I'm Black? Not knowing that it's not that.
Right.
Yes.
Or when someone stares at you, it's not because they're staring at you because why are you here? It's just more like, oh, like just curiosity versus, you know, a negative.
And to go along with that, we did ask one time, you know, because we asked the girls, like, why do they always laugh when they see him, or they giggle and stuff? And I asked them in Vietnamese, and they said, we never see anybody like you. And it's like, it's so amazing. And then they want to say hello, they want to touch, because they've never seen us. It's not like, okay, you're in here, you're trying to do something shady, or that's not what you're getting. You're getting more like, wow, you know, you look amazing, your hair, you know, you have white hair. It's a wisdom thing, or they want to be in Oz in a good way. Not in a bad way, you know.
I had a little girl that was standing at the bakery, and she stood there. It looked like she might have been about 4 or 5 years old, and she was eating chicken feet. You know, they eat chicken feet.
I used to eat that too.
Yeah. So she had her chicken feet. She came, stood right next to me. She began to smile, and then I guess she wondered if did I taste chocolate or whatever. So she took the chicken feet, rubbed it on my arm, and looked at it, and then like start tasting on it. I guess she said, did the chocolate come off or what? You know. And then after that, she smiled at me and laughed and ran away.
Or they'll come and hit him or poke him and stuff. But that's a sign of love. Like in Vietnam, that's how we you know, we will hit, you know, to show love and stuff. And it's just weird, but that's how it is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And then bring it to his
Introducing
page.
Business Essentials, a powerful combination of business checking and card payment processing from U.S. Bank.
And then we're going to just show this.
This is a
page.
Cottonelle toilet paper service announcement.
Oh, you
Your
got
toilet
two
paper
commercials.
leaving you with an unclean feeling you can't shake?
There we go.
You deserve
So far.
Cottonelle.
Waiting on time to be over this, but now you get to truly enjoy your life, and not just scrape by, but actually, you know, live a fruitful life.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much. Like, once again, thank you for having me out here and allowing me to interview you all and see your home. I really enjoyed this, and I'm sure a lot more people will enjoy this as well. And you guys will probably end up having some new friends that move out here.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for
That's one thing that you get to experience
And then we'll go to the next
again.
So anyone, if
Is
anyone has
nature
anything they
being
want to
nature.
share, make sure you just FF and put it
Fruit
in
bearing
box,
trees.
in the comment box.
You rarely find that these days in America. All right, guys. We're almost at the beach, just a few meters ahead, and we are there. You guys, look how beautiful this view is. Beautiful mountains in the background. And so this is their beach right here in this area. I showed you guys the other beach, which I think would be like somewhere over across that area. But I'm definitely gonna have to fly my drone again and get some more drone footage.
So there you go. This is his page. His name is Isaiah Ashley Show. It's the Isaiah Ashley Show. Check it out. And he's talking about his family and how they moved to Vietnam and the experiences they had. But also he has traveled many places as well. Check out his page. Lots of great stories about being an expat. And man, it's just really. And I'm sharing this not because I want to push this idea on you guys. I know you guys are going to do what you know what's best for you. However, it is also to take the time out to show you what the rest of the world is living like. I've had the opportunity to travel overseas and to be in different countries and to connect with different cultures. And I said, you know what? Let me share some of this with you guys because I think it will maybe it gives you a little insight that, hello, America is not the only place with beautiful homes, beautiful apartments, beautiful stores, beautiful places to go, beautiful people, parks, outdoors. I mean, there's something in every place. Some places are hotter than others, like Thailand is hot.
Yes,
Vietnam is hot. They're very humid. I don't like hot places. So I will visit Vietnam, not live there. And but think about this couple lives in a 3-bedroom, 3 bathrooms house. And I didn't show you all that they showed us. I mean, that whole video, you need to see it yourself. And they only pay $580 a month. When they did their whole expenses, meaning their Uber, their food and entertainment, it came up to $670 per month.
To think about that. Like, would you pay for mortgage a month or rent? Like, I'm just comparing that's ridiculous.
I think we all have to rethink what we're doing here. What are we doing? And obviously it takes planning, but think about it. I know people say, oh, Ron, easy for you to say you're selling your apartment, but think about this. If you could get rid of all your debt, right? That is basic. Get rid of the debt and put a little bit of savings away. And create a situation where you can get money coming to you every month from the United States, meaning you do work overseas. And you have a job and now you can work overseas, but you have a job here in America. You could live so much better and less stress.
It's a lot easier now than it ever has been.
Look at these are
Because we
young
live
people.
in a
These
global
are not
economy.
old people. The couple they were interviewing is my age. We're old folks, but these young guys, I am floored how many young Black brothers and sisters and Spanish sisters and brothers are traveling the world and living their best life and creating resources in the best way. The first person you saw, he does modeling and a bunch of other things that he does. He does all kinds of other stuff. And then the couple here is how you make your money as a retired person, how you spend your days. I mean, by meeting so many people, opportunities come your way. But obviously, again, you have to plan. And what he does now is he goes he does translation. They hire him to come to the school. School for engineering. So they have engineers that need to learn English. So he now goes out and teaches English. So there, you don't know what's available to you until you step out and just leave your comfort zone to go out
Yeah.
and do it. Anyway,
And that's with anything you do in life.
yes, don't become
You,
old.
but I'm that you can't be afraid. And like this is like I think this is the key thing people need to understand. You cannot be afraid of the unknown and what you don't know. Listen to
Mm,
me. What you're doing can be terrifying. And I'm sure you have had your moments, but if you weren't fearless, you could have never got to this point right now.
it's let me
Stop being afraid.
but the fear also is somewhat empowering. You know, it's like a gentleman once said to me, butterflies in your stomach is not a bad thing.
It's not. It shows us you're alive.
Comfort zone. You're leaving your comfort zone. And the minute you leave your comfort zone, the minute your brain begins to say, oh, time to learn new things. And then your brain comes alive. Those areas of your brain that have been dead, because the enemy to your brain is routine. The enemy to the brain is routine. So if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, your brain doesn't get a chance to expand and learn and new and create. So
Yeah.
get more things you can do to get out there into the world. It's okay. Look, when I left my job, I had butterflies up the wazoo, but it was the best thing. I wouldn't be here with you if I would have just stayed at my job. Obviously, once I said I was going to do it, I started planning for it. It took a year, but once that year was up, I was like, I targeted, I changed my finances, stopped eating, stopped doing this, stopped traveling, stopped doing whatever I had to do to make it happen. And now I have a whole nother new life that I never had when I was working at the Container Store.
Dude, could you imagine yourself at this point a year and a half ago?
No, I wouldn't even look. This was unimaginable. It was, again, I crave, this is just me. I crave for culture, not just my culture. I want to know everybody's culture. I want to know how Vietnamese people eat and what their foods are. I want to go to China. But now I'm going to make it happen. I've been rekindled.
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway, I have another one to share with you. Hold on a second.
Come on with it. There's no good on time.
This was really interesting. If I can let me line it up here. Hold on. This was really cool. Where's my expert? I look at so much stuff, y'all. I mean, I go through so much stuff in a week that I want to make sure I get this to you, because this couple really was interesting to me, because here's another person. I like this. Let's go here. Let's go to this one. I'm going to let this play and get the commercial through. And here we go. Okay. Y'all, this is something that you can do. And I want you to see, I fell in love with this feed. This is a YouTube channel. Gentleman is named Teo Aina. And let's check it out. Hold on. Here we go. Let me get the screen up here. I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to like this one. Okay, here we go.
If you spend as much time trying to explore the world as I have, you know one thing for sure, which is not everyone is born equal. I come from Nigeria, a country with one of the weakest passports in the world. And because of this, I had so much difficulty in traveling for most of my adult life. I got arrested and they were like, oh, that I'm like a fraudster because I'm in Nigeria and all of that. Traveling has always been my passion, and despite this love for exploring new places and cultures, I've often faced restrictions and discrimination due to the endless limitations of my passport. You can spend a lot of time just for one application, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, and then the amount of documents they ask you to provide is just a lot. In my search for a solution, I discovered a country I had never heard of before now, St. Kitts and Nevis. And they offered something called Citizenship by Investment Program, which allowed people like me to obtain citizenship by investing in the country. This process is not unique to St. Kitts, as other countries offer different programs, all very expensive and not available for many people across the world. But with the help of this amazing community who have supported me over the years by watching my videos, I was able to raise the money and I became a citizen of St. Kitts late last year. To give you an idea of what this meant, my Nigerian passport allowed me to travel just a little over 20 countries visa-free. Now with my St. Kitts passport, I'm able to visit over 150 countries without needing a visa. With this, I was able to take a trip to the UK, and for the first time, I didn't need a visa. I just passed through passport control and it took less than 10 seconds. This passport is magic. While exploring the Caribbean, I decided it was time to visit my new country that granted me this newfound freedom. St. Kitts and Nevis, baby.
I gotta pause it. I hope this is encouraging someone. Is any of this helping anyone out there? I mean, it's like, hello, is anybody out there? Because I am so excited to meet all these people. I can't wait I am reaching out to all these people and just to meet them, to have conversation with them, to talk to them, to get to know what they are doing. I am reaching out to all of these people that when I'm talking to you about. I have reached out and I'm going to reach, because I just went through all these videos this week for you guys.
This is the next stage of Touch Base Daily.
Think about what's going on here, y'all. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go to St. Kitts and get my paid citizenship, which will now give me a passport to I will be able to go to anywhere I need to go in Europe, all over the place.
Without the visa.
Without the visa?
Because now the U.S.
no one cares about you being an American.
Right. Well, you have to get a visa to go a lot of places now.
Yes, because of America, because of Trump.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So now I'm thinking about, oh, wait a minute. I never thought about this.
Maybe St. Kitts is a beautiful country.
I get St. Kitts.
Have you been to St. Kitts before?
I know. My buddy is one of my friends.
It's a beautiful country. Beautiful country. I've been there.
Wow. I have never been to St. Kitts, but you know what? I'm like this. I am now thinking about what this does for me. I don't know if it does it for you, but it does it for me. It gets my brain going. It gets my juices flowing. It's like I'm gonna learn. The world is so big, y'all. The world is so big.
It's huge.
It's huge, and it's so much to see. And it'll be a shame that you die and you say, I only went to the grocery store down the block from my house. And I did go to St. Mary's, down in my cousin's house at, 2 states over. The world is so big.
It is.
Anyway, continuing.
Hola. Guys, I'm super excited for this trip. I've waited for so many years to be able to have this opportunity to travel to St. Kitts and Nevis, and I'm just super excited. I'm looking forward to what is going to happen. Before we land, let me tell you a bit about the history of my new country. On most maps, St. Kitts and Nevis appears as 2 small dots located in the Caribbean seas. Originally inhabited by the Kalinago people, the islands were colonized by the British and the French in the 17th century and became major centers for sugar production enabled by enslaved people from Africa. Today, St. Kitts and Nevis has become a popular tourist hotspot, attracting nearly 800,000 visitors each year, with its beautiful beaches, rich history, and vibrant culture. Guys, finally made it to St. Kitts. Woo! I'm in my country. Before leaving the Dominican Republic, I'd contacted a local guide in St. Kitts, and the plan was for him to show me around so I could get a better feel for my new country, as I didn't know anybody here. I'm actually from here.
Stop playing.
I'm not playing, bro.
Can you pause it real quick?
You don't believe me?
Check out the. I'm gonna go through it.
Well,
so I just want you guys to see. Let me just take you to the page so that way you can just check out this page. But there's so much to see. Oh, what happened there? Oh, let's go back. There we go. So Teo is his name. He's gone to Siberia. He's been to all these places. Great page. Cape Town, Lagos, Nigeria, all these places. And again, if I may say this, I know Lisa says that, let me put it on the screen. Oh, let me get this up so you guys can see. Sorry, I rushed through that. Hold on a second. Let me put this up closely first. There you go. So now you can see his page. He has 1.19 million subscribers. He was able to do that by raising the money through friends, family, and people on YouTube, his audience, YouTube and his Instagram. So he took time to invest in himself. He started his channel. He started out, but think about this. When you look at his page and say what this guy was able to do with his minimum. When you live in Nigeria, it's not like living in America. I'll say that again. When you live in Nigeria, it's not like living in America. Our cheapest thing in America is expensive in Nigeria. And for this young man to use his resources and do his homework and to fight through the pain. You saw it in the beginning of that. He's fighting to go to these countries that he's shared. It's not like he just, it is easy. No, none of this is easy. And so I see Lisa says, the St. Kitts passport is speaking nod is a minimum of 250,000. That's not attainable for most. But guess what? It's attainable to someone.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And if you use your resources, you can do. I am a believer now because I've gotten this far in life. If you really go after something, nothing's impossible.
Yeah, I use him as a perfect example. Like, he didn't have the resources, but what he did was he built a community around him that supported him, that allowed him to raise the money to be able to do this. So, yes, it's not attainable for everyone, but you can do it if you really have the passion and the desire to do it. I also wanted to make note of something that he has said. Before he got to St. Kitts, when he was in the Dominican Republic, he reached out to a local person that would take him around. That is something that is so important. So every time I travel, and especially when we do cruises, and when I travel with family, like my cousin is the one that typically puts this stuff together, she always reaches out to local tour guide people, not like the ones that are a part of the cruise package. Always reach out to people that are local, that do this for, that's how they make their living, they survive. Because one, they're going to know the country, they're going to know all the ins and outs, and they're going to take you off the beaten path. Because typically, when you go on like cruises, excursions, or if you go to a country and go through one of those big package cruise companies, they're just going to skim the surface and tell you like the basic facts. You can just go on Google and find out. They're not going to give you that local feel of what it is to live day to day there, and to take it to those off the beaten path places. So highly recommend doing that. Whenever you travel anywhere, if you're going to be there for a while, try to find locals that do this for a living, that will be able to take you around. One, it's going to be a lot cheaper. They're going to take you to more authentic places, and you can get in touch with the culture and have better experiences with food.
That's what we did in Mexico. My buddy and I, when we got off the cruise ship, we chucked the tour people, and we went to they had the cabs, the whole cabs are lined up. They're not Ubers, but they're all cabs. Mm-hmm. And we went to the cab person and said, "Can we just have you for the whole day, and you can show us your favorite places?" And she was like, "You see."
We did that in Abu Dhabi.
She took us everywhere. She was like, and she was so happy. And then we obviously we tipped her nicely. And but I'm saying, why am I taking the time to do this? I'm hoping that it sparks something in somebody that said, somebody in here says, I don't know if I can do it. I was that person too. Mimi says, there are, I don't want to say there are. Can I just change that for you, Mimi? There are countries trying to welcome people to come and live, and they will sponsor you. I forget the countries. I need to check bookmarks. If you go online,
True.
Google right now, and especially because America is in decline. I know people get upset when I say that.
It's true.
They're in
You're
decline.
speaking facts.
So countries like right now, just this week, this week and last week, but mainly last week, UK, France, Germany, China have all put out bulletins and saying, we are welcoming America's scientists, teachers,
Yeah.
accountants, professionals. Come to our country because we need you. In most countries in Europe, they are having what's called a population decline because a homogeneous society is not promising and healthy for a country. So while Trump is taking us and he wants to do a homogeneous country, the rest of the world is saying, we tried that. We only lived as Irish. We only lived as French. We only lived as whatever country it is. There are countries in Italy right now that are asking Americans or anyone around the world to come live there. There are places in Switzerland that want you to live there for a year, and they will pay for you to be there. So how do you know this, Ron? Google. Google is your friend. And if you can work anywhere in the world, why not? Why not? If
Exactly.
you have a great job and you have a great job in the US, you can live abroad and still work.
Listen,
Think
I
outside
have
the box,
friends.
y'all.
I have friends that lived in the US and have relocated to other countries, and they were working in the US while living in other countries. One,
Yes.
no one needs to know where these companies don't need to know where you
They
live.
don't need to know where you live.
All they need to know is where to deposit the money when you get paid. That's it. And as long as you're logging in and doing the work, and now mind you, the time difference. So, instead of working during the daytime, they would work at night because that's when they would have to report for work. Um, Listen, don't continue to do the normal routine that you've always grew up doing. We are living in a different world, a different society, in a different economic structure. You do not have to live in the US to do your job. I'm a perfect example. I don't need to be based here in this office at my house to do what I'm doing. I can do it from anywhere. And I have done it from anywhere. I've done it. I've done my job on a cruise ship out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I've gone to Mexico, done my work. So I've been in England and still doing my work. You do not have to be tied down. And if COVID did not teach us anything, it taught us that you do not have to be in an office, in a building, in a cubicle to do the job that you are doing.
This is true. Anthony says this. I would reach out to racists and bigots. If y'all want me to leave, invest in my GoFundMe so I can go back where I came from.
That's a good one.
But also, again, y'all, and I say this all the time. I am a believer of this. I've been saying this for the last 8 years of my life. We live in the greatest time in human history.
Mm-hmm.
We are no longer limited to our borders, our physical borders. We have technology. Now, yes, will it take time for you to learn that technology? Yes, it's an investment. But if you want to be out and about and enjoy the rest of the world and live better in the rest of the world, I'm telling you, once I got that taste, once I had that South African taste, I got to taste it. My friend warned me. She says, Ron, when you come to South Africa, you're going to be bit by the bug. And I said, what are you talking about? What bug? I said, what kind of bugs are flying around in South Africa? She said, no, you're going to be bit by the bug and you'll never see America the same way again. And she was right.
Traveling outside of
Because
America will allow you to not see
and
America the same way again.
but outside of America, and again, I love what I am an American at heart, and I cherish some of the things that are here. But I also I am more of a global citizen.
Yeah.
And I love people from around the globe. And I tell you, you have not seen kindness until you travel abroad.
Yes. Yes. You have spoken the God's honest truth there. The people around the world are so much more friendly than the people in the United States of America. Hands down, 100%. Every
Hands
time,
down.
every time I've traveled anywhere overseas, they have always been more pleasant and welcoming than anyone in the United States. And I'm not saying that people here are rude, not everywhere, but there is a level of appreciation for people outside of the US. They don't feel entitled. Probably the biggest thing.
Oh,
People
yeah.
around the world do not feel entitled. They feel blessed and honored to be able to have life, to be able to share. And that's the other thing. When you go abroad, people are more willing to share what they have with you. Come in, let me feed you, let me give you something. Whereas America's just like, oh, well, what you have for me? You know what I mean?
Well, this is what the couple said. If you go back to the video that I shared with you, the first couple on Isaiah's that he interviewed, what they said was when they've gone out, they spend a lot of their days working from the cafes and going to the cafes and hanging out in the cafes and meeting people in the cafes. He says they were saying they have never seen kindness ever on that level where you are at a cafe, you meet someone for the first time, and they're inviting you to their house for dinner. Now, I will tell you, when I was in South Africa, I would be in the mall. I would be just sitting in the mall, just hanging out, doing a little work here, getting ready for my next thing I'm going to do. And people would come up to me and have conversation and talk. And then they say, my mom would love to meet you, or my father would love to meet you. Would you come to our house for dinner? At first, I thought it was weird. I really thought it was like, okay, what do
You
these
got
people
accustomed
want?
to it.
Because we're Americans and we think people are out for something. Like kindness
Yes.
comes with a transaction. It does
Yes.
not exist that way around the world. It's
It doesn't.
American. Americans are transactional. They're
Yeah.
kind to you because they want something. And we are conditioned that way. But when you go to other places around the world, it is not that way. People invite you into their homes. I mean, I'm a total stranger. You mean your mom and dad would want me at your house? I mean, young people would come up to me. They were fascinated by my beard. They would be like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, we love your beard. I would be like, in the mall, I became like a celebrity at the Johannesburg Mall. And people would come up to me and say, oh my gosh, I love your beard. La, 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 la. This is so silver, it's so white.
Yeah.
Because in other countries, gray hair is a sign of wisdom
Yep.
and respect.
Yeah.
So, and you see in this video that we just talked about with from Isaiah, when the couple was talking, and he has a gray beard, and he says people would come up to them and ask them their age. Not like in America. America, people are like, yo, old man, why you over here? Why you in the hood?
Not
Whatever.
even that, they knock you down.
Knock you down the street, knock you down on the ground, pass you by, shove you to the side. That doesn't exist for us who are 50 and over in other countries. It's respect. It's
Yeah.
respect. People walk up to you and say, how you doing, sir? Is there anything I can do for you, sir? How can I help you, sir? Or
And
you be in the I'm in the hotel. I would be in the hotel, and they would say, Mr. Ron, good morning, Mr. Ron.
yeah.
I
Also,
told people I would get hit on all the time from dates. Everyone wanted to date. I was like, in America, I'm an old maid. or old man. I don't know what do they call old man? Not old maid, but an old man. What do they call?
No, now they call them zaddies.
Daddy, some old
No,
daddy.
zaddy with a Z.
Go ahead, Chris. You were saying
But no,
something.
what I was gonna say, the other thing too is when you turn people's offers down, like for when they offer you food or welcome you to their home, if you say no, it's kind of a sign of disrespect.
It's an insult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we're gonna end it here. But I see
Awesome.
me
This
says
was a
yes,
good
they
one.
want to break bread and welcome you. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Y'all know, y'all know, those that have traveled abroad, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to start thinking outside the box. So again, not everyone can leave the country, but not everyone has to stay. Can I say it again? Not everyone can leave the country in this new Trump country. Not everyone can leave it, but not everyone has to stay.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. I'm talking to my friends who are married, my gay couple friends that are married. And I said to them, what are you going to do? Because you're married to your spouse and they want to get rid of gay marriage in America. What are you going to do?
Hold on. So I just want to
Mhm.
actually add a note to that because I've been looking into that and I've been watching some YouTube videos. I should have bookmarked. There was a one woman who was talking about, so if they do rescind that law, the equal forget the name of it,
Equal
but if they rescind that
Marriage
law,
Act, or whatever it's called.
right? What's going to happen is anyone that is applying to be married, you won't be able to get married, but people that already have licenses in your state, it will still be recognized.
Right.
They can't take that away from you because you've already been legally married and you have the paperwork for it. But moving forward, they won't recognize any new marriages.
Not only that, though, also you will be recognized in your state as long as
Yes,
is law. So if
yes,
your
that's
state says
correct.
declines that, then you will no longer married in your state if they decide to say your marriage is no longer
Right, right.
acknowledged in this state. So I'm just saying, I'm presenting all of these options. I'm going to try more on this platform to give you more options to think about, to think outside the box. I feel like it's my job. If I'm blessed to do what I do, I am blessed to encourage. I am obligated to teach and share what I learn. And so if I'm learning, I always said this, if I'm learning something, I'm going to share it with you. And what you do with it, that's your prerogative.
Yeah,
However, my job is to, if you come here every day, if you're in this platform, if you're in this community, my commitment to you is to educate you and to help you become, when you leave this platform, to be better and smarter than you arrived.
yeah,
And that's my goal. So I'm rekindled. And you see what you did, you just see, all it took was me reconnecting with my folks. And the great thing about
that's all it
technology,
takes.
You can
You can go
connect with these
anywhere.
people right from your bedroom, on your laptop, on your smartphone. You could be engaged. You saw that couple. He said, the gentleman, he says, I didn't know what with Vietnam would be the place to go, but I just went on YouTube.
Yep,
We have the greatest resources in our hands. Let's
yeah,
use them. Let's use them, because there's a big world out there, and we are not limited by these borders, at least not now, not yet.
yeah,
So I just want to challenge you guys, as you go into the weekend, think outside the border.
yeah.
That's what my word for you today is. Focus Friday. Think outside of your borders. There's a whole world out there. Be a global citizen.
Bryson, just so you know, he mentioned in a comment earlier, it is Superman Friday, and guess what? I'm leaving here after we get off to go see
Go
Superman.
see
Got tickets
Superman.
already. Yes.
Superman. You see the MAGA folks, they don't like it because they say it's too woke. They said Superman
Whatever.
is too woke.
They can go F themselves.
Fifi sends her hand clap. Okay, guys. Also, I'm going to give you guys at the end of this, as I try to do all the time. If you want to add your name to our email list, make sure you do that. Go to Ron Lewis Photos and click on that. And it comes up right as soon as you hit the page, and you can just subscribe and be on the email listing. Also, again, I'm an event photographer. Even though I may be traveling abroad, I will be still living in the United States. I will still be here back and forth. If there's a project big enough, I will come back home to do it. Money is money, and engaging with people is engaging. I love being an event photographer. And so make sure that you connect with me, and if your family members are looking for an event photographer, or your corporation is looking for an event photographer, that's pretty much my specialty, is event photography for corporations. Also, if you are in this community, I want to say again, thank you to the Patreon members. You support what we do here. You are awesome. You help support us create amazing content, and it's just getting started, y'all. We are just getting started. Wait till I get my wings. Wait till I get my wings to fly around the world. I tell you, my Delta miles are going to shoot up. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. And thank you again for joining us. Chris, any last word for you before I was going to see Superman?
Yeah, just get out, people. It's a beautiful weekend. Hopefully, we don't get too much rain in the Northeast. Like we've
No
been
rain in New York
inundated
for
with
this
rain.
weekend.
Yeah,
No
we
rain.
we don't have any rain this weekend. Just go out, enjoy yourself.
Get out there.
Do
Enjoy
something. Go to a
yourself.
winery, get some wine. Go to a movie. Go see Superman. Do something.
Superman.
Live your life.
And love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. And those that want to join me this evening for our game night, you are more than welcome to do that. We come here together at 11:30, 11:35-ish. Talk to you later. Bye. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.